think this is his first time here with NOS.
This is true.
So that low end torque, we'll see how he adjusts with that.
It's a good flick, wavering a little bit in that first outer zone. Makes it all the way to outer zone 2, nice and deep. Comes around for outer zone 3. Enters a little shallow, but exits very deep into outer zone 3. Coming around this touch and go. Using all the limiter to get there, but does a nice job. Transitions to outer zone 4. Does a nice job at outer zone 4, and then just spins. Oh no!
Up next, we have car 4, Masanori Kohashi with Team Orange. He's currently sitting on a 0.
Coming in this first outer zone. Does a nice job entering into outer zone 1. Little wavery. Coming into outer zone 2. Does a nice job at outer zone 2. Transitions for outer zone 3. Does a good job at outer zone 3. Little shallow though. Making his way with his touch and go. Does a real good job at that touch and go, transitioning for outer zone 4. Has one tire in outer zone 4.
So this would be Masanori Kohashi on a bye run with Team Orange. That was one of the battles I was looking forward to.
Yeah, me too. Masanori coming in this first outer zone with a lot of angle coming into outer zone 2. Makes his way to outer zone 3. Does a great job in outer zone 3. Does a good job hitting that touch and go. Comes around to outer zone 4. Gets all of outer zone 4. Making their way to this first outer zone with a big flick into outer zone 1. Masanori getting right there on his door. Does a nice close transition into outer zone 3. Staying right there with them. Making their way to this touch and go. Does a good job getting around to outer zone 4. He stays right there to let them know, I'm not going anywhere. Making their way to outer zone 1. Kohashi does a nice job getting to outer zone 1, but does even a better job getting right there on his door by Kasaba. Comes around to outer zone 3 and is not going anywhere. Comes around to his touch and go. Gives him just enough space to transition into outer zone 4 and puts it right on his door.
Oh, that was a great battle.
Yeah, this one's going to be very making their way to outer zone 1, getting a lot of speed coming into outer zone 1. Masanori gets right there on his door for outer zone 2, gives him just enough room to transition and dives back into outer zone 3. Is not going anywhere as they make their way to this touch and go. Does a great job of that touch and go, rounding, and gets right back in his door in outer zone 4. Making their way to outer zone 1. Kohashi does a nice job getting a good flick. Kusaba gets right on his door and it looks like he hit him and had to back off. Transitions to outer zone 3 and Kusaba goes off track just a little bit, slowing him down. He's trying to catch up to Kohashi and he ended up having to straighten.
In the lead, we have car number 131, Yuma, Team Orange Jr. in the lead.
Teammates battling it out as they enter this first outer zone. Masanori does a good job and gets right there in that pocket, leaving him in just enough room to transition and dives back in right there onto his door, making their way around to his touch and go. With a nice flick into that outer zone 4, and Masanori just stays right there next to him.
And Yuma in the chase.
They're making their way into outer zone 1. Masanori with a big flick into outside zone 1. Yuma gets right there, dives in on this outer zone 3, making their way to this touch and go. The big flick coming around to that outer zone 4, and Ruma gets team right there. All making their way to outer zone 1. Masanori gets right in on his door for outer zone 2. Comes around for outer zone 3, through the smoke, gets right there in the pocket on his door. Coming around to the touch and go, throwing a lot of angle transitions. And stays right there next to him in that outer zone 4. Making their way to outer zone 1. Masanori with a good flick. Takahashi right there with him, turning through this outer zone 3. Masanori goes a little bit off track and wavers, making their way to that touch and go. Does a nice job of that touch and go.